I think I see a little clearer. More smoke, more mirrors. Really feels like the art's disappearing. All these losers interfering with the culture that I claim. No games, we ain't get these lames clearance. All talk, no hearing. They ain't listen to the greats who paved the way. No soul and no spirit, no talent they don't cherish. No content, it's all appearance. They brainwash themselves to believe that they coherent, but nah. You missed a couple steps. To make it all right, you gotta take a couple lefts. Take a couple breaths, relax and just chill. It's back-to-back kills in this booth, it's at will. Sniping when I'm writing. Lighting up the stage, they love to watch cause it's exciting. Piece it like a like it, come and clash with a titan. If you think you battle ready, then just tell me when we fighting, cuz I'm tired of the whack shit. It's like there's no flame on your matchstick. Like there's no springs in your mattress. It's all about cocaine and
welcome to UpstateAllstarz TV.
Right.
I am glad to announce finally we've come in contact with one of the hottest hip-hop artists. I ain't gonna say female, I'm gonna say hottest hip-hop artist.
Appreciate that.
Love female. Up in upstate New York. We're actually sitting here with Golden.
What's up?
Hey Golden, how's it going?
I'm good, I'm good.
All right, welcome to UpstateAllstarz TV. Tell everybody where you from, Golden.
I'm born and raised Rochester, New York, 585, represented to the death.
All right, what part of Rochester you from?
A little bit of everywhere, but pretty much the west side of Rochester.
Pretty much the west side?
Yeah, I grew up over on Post Avenue, 19th Ward. Then I went to school a little bit on the upper northwest side. It's always been on the west side though, so it's either the northwest side or the southwest side. But yeah.
All right, so how did you get into music? What made you
I always
become
loved music.
this powerful rapper that you are? Or should I say hip-hop artist that you are? What made you choose that direction?
I always loved hip hop, but I used to play the clarinet, so I was always really into music. And then when I went to college, I took up keyboarding a little bit, and I didn't really like that much. But I used to always be making mixtapes, and like I wanted to be a DJ. And then one day my homeboy was like, "Yo, you always be rapping all the lyrics to all the songs. Like, yo, why don't you write your own song?" And I'm like, "Man, I ain't about to do that." It's like, I give you $50. You write a song, you know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you the instrumental and you gonna write a song." He was like, "And you gonna spit it for me." I'm like, "Shit, $50, I'll do it," you know what I mean? So I ended up doing it and then fell in love with it. It was so easy. Like when I say it just flowed out, like it just flowed out. So it's like, it's simple to me. It's like riding a bike, you know what I mean? So it's just something I love to do, and it's a good outlet for your, you know what I'm saying, emotions or whatever you're going through. So, you know what I mean? Like it's always good to have an outlet. And that's my outlet.
So what type of artists influenced you? Was there any influences in regards to artists?
Wow, variety. I hated Jay-Z when I first heard Jay-Z, and then just fell in love with Jay-Z by, what was it? Yeah, it was weird. It was The Blueprint. Okay. I heard The Blueprint and I was like, oh, this man's spitting. Like, it was just the content of it, the way it was put together, and like the music behind it. I'm big on music. Like, I like sound. Okay. So like, you could have much bass you want knocking, but you know what I'm saying? If it's not really, it don't carry you, it don't touch you, it don't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to it's make it sound good, but if you could feel it, it's a whole nother story. So I would say Jay-Z, Nas, Missy definitely, because she was different, and a lot of people wasn't ready for her when she came out, you know what I mean? Timbaland always came with just production and music-wise, you know what I mean? And a lot of R&B, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Prince, Joe, it's a lot of people. I listen to a lot of different type of music, so like I got alternative music that I listen to, reggae music that I listen to, pop music that I just listen to good music. If it's good, it's good. Yeah. The first time I heard, what's the white boy, Sam Smith? I was like, who is that?
Yeah, he can
like,
blow.
yo, what? And then I seen him, I was like, yeah, right. That ain't him. For real. He look different now, but when I first heard him, I was like, oh, wow. But it's all types of stuff you get inspiration from, and like different people, you can tell when you know what I'm saying, really feel music, you really feel music, and you can tell certain artists, if they can inspire you, if you can make something inspiring and make somebody else get up and do anything, then you know what I mean, you accomplish your goal.
That's what it's about for
you? Definitely, yeah.
I see you like to perform.
Oh yeah.
I see you be performing all over the place.
I try to keep that, cause that's, you know, a part of it. You know, it's like I said, that goes to the music too, because if you make music that people can feel, it it transfers on the stage.
Right.
So like I've been to, like, I had, for instance, a story of, I was in Albany and I did a show with Joel Ortiz.
Okay.
And didn't nobody know me in Albany. Matter of fact, my homie Volatile, he had plugged me in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, cool, we gonna make this happen. We get there and they don't know who I am. I'm like one of the opening acts. And by the time I got off that stage, like, this girl had a sign and she turned the sign around and wrote my name on the sign and was holding the sign up. And I was like, oh, that's
right.
crazy. And her man was performing. He was kind of mad because he looking at her like, yo, you supposed to be out here supporting me. And I had like a little, you know, end cap with the CDs on it. And I'm like, you can have the CDs, they free. And by the time I got to the door, it was not a crumb.
So
couldn't get nothing.
Turn everybody into fans.
That's you're supposed to be your goal. You know what I mean? If you make good music, people gonna, you know, feel it, so they can relate to it, and it just clicks.
So how do you describe your music? What do you describe your music as?
Good.
That it is. That it is. Is any way you can describe it?
I kind of say it's a bit of, I don't know, because I don't really fit into like one style, because I do like upbeat hip hop, slow hip hop. You know what I mean? If it matters what it is, it calls for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I did the track with DJ Ease for the Kodak Kids project, and when he hit me, he was like, yeah, I got a beat for you. And as soon as it came on, it was describing gold as an element. And I was like, oh, this is custom made for me. And he was like, yeah, it is custom made for you. But like when I say it flowed, like it took me no time to literally write it, because the way the producer sets it up, you know what I'm saying? And then it carries, it just goes into whatever you're going to end up going with. But as far as my style, I'll probably say a bit of like a soulful, lyrical hip hop type fits in there, somewhere in there. I don't know. I don't really got a genre though.
It's definitely hip hop.
Yeah, it's definitely hip hop. I try to, you know, with a little bit of the boom bap. I try to balance both of them. Yeah.
I love that about it.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
What is your writing process? Do you come with a song already and then you go in the studio do it, or is it done just on feel? What's your recording process?
It can vary by sometimes, like if I do a feature, I like a lot of times to be in the studio with the person I'm doing the feature with, so we can collab. So that way we know where we going. Like, you know what I mean? When it comes to writing, it's not really hard. So it's like, if you want to sit down and make a track, like we can sit here right now, play a beat, make a track, and we be done in about hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? It won't take no time, but we'll be able to vibe off each other, because we're gonna hear the beat and take it in, you know what I'm saying, bounce ideas off each other, and then once you got a hook, it's nothing to fill in 16 bars, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Or,
and the concept to the song.
Yeah,
as well.
You know what I mean? You always gotta start with the concept off the rip, you know what I'm saying? So you already know where you're gonna go. But the beat normally tells you that. To me, I feel like the beat talks to you. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when you hear the beat, it's like, all right, you know it's gonna go. Like if you start with a high tempo, you know it's gonna go higher. You know what I mean? You know it's gonna be high energy. Or you feel pain, you hear pain. Pain is heard. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you be like, oh, that's some pain. So you already know where you're gonna go with that. You know what I mean? So when I sit down and I make my own tracks, like when I make like I'm making an album, I pick all the beats and I have like a folder of like 50 beats, and then I just start writing. And as I hear them, I literally write like 6 songs at a time. It's because my mind rolls kind of fast.
That's kind of different.
Yeah, because I have,
so
for real.
You start writing one song,
I start writing one and I'll stick,
it?
and I'll be like, oh, I like this, this should go here, or this should go here, and this is like puzzle pieces.
Right.
So,
That's
you know what I'm saying? It's different, yeah. So that's when I'm writing the album. But like if I'm just writing a track, then I sit there and I listen to the beat probably about like 3 times, and I turn it off, and I just start writing. And as I write, I piece it together, and then I turn the beat back on, and I come up with, because normally I already had a cadence, so I'll be like, all right, this is gonna go here. But I'm big on breakdowns. Like if the beat break down, I gotta break it down. So I'll be like, all right, this is where the breakdown gonna go. I never write the breakdown until I'm literally listening to the beat and get to that part, because then I change it all, so it changes the feeling. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. So when you're making a track and you're trying to carry a song, you know what I mean? If you're gonna make a 3-minute song, 3 minutes is a long time to keep somebody's attention at this point in time.
That's true.
So you have to switch in between, you know what I'm saying? You can't keep the same, you know what I mean? Like you gotta have something in it to make your mind trigger that. That's what I do. Yeah, I don't play. I'm gonna keep you focused. You're gonna be like, hold up, wait a minute. You start trailing? Oh, she did, wait, hold up. Or I'm gonna say something that's just off the wall.
Right.
I do that. I really don't care. Like I care what comes out of my mouth, but like I don't like think more along the lines of like I don't want to be judged by people, and if people are gonna judge what I say, I don't care anyway, because it probably doesn't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I say what I want to say. You know what I mean? Like I got some songs where it's dirty, you know what I mean? But I'm not hiding it. I'm telling you how. You know what I'm saying?
Like
it is what it is.
Yeah,
or, you know, some people don't like the profanity, and I be like, I try to lighten it up a little bit sometimes. I don't try to just be ignorant. But, you know, I'm not going to not curse if that's what comes out. If that's how it sounds and that's how I write it, that's how it's coming out.
Is it because that, you know, people don't think it's ladylike or female-like to curse a lot?
Guess, I don't know.
Is that what it is?
I don't think so, because a lot of women curse. Like, that's what it is. All moms curse at their kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? You done got cursed out. You know what I mean? Like, you have. Don't act like people don't curse.
Mama and wifey.
That's right. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, everything's not all peaches and cream.
Right.
You know, you got to have a certain level that you have to hold yourself to, or a standard. You can't be, like me, I'm not going to be out here half naked nowhere. I feel like I don't have to do that. Just make, you know what I'm saying, people listen to me. I don't. That's what I was given a voice for. So if you're listening to the music, then you're listening to the music. Cool if you want to look, but I'm not about to just give you something to look at because that's going to black out what I'm saying.
What you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying nothing, so I'm giving you something to look at. Nah, I'm not with that.
And what you're saying is very important.
You know I mean, that is.
Because you have some, like I said, you have some real content. Now, you said you went to school. Where you go to school?
I went to private school. I went to Nazareth Academy.
No, I mean, as far as college.
Oh, for college, I went to MCC.
Okay.
Yeah, I say it like, but nah. I went to MCC though. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So, what did you go to school for?
Business management.
All right. So you graduated and all that?
Nah, I didn't graduate from it. Yeah, I'm like a semester short.
Okay. So what kind of stopped you from continuing to go? Okay.
Money.
All right. So
I was like,
if you had a chance to go back, would you go and finish it?
Probably. It's not like I don't know. I guess, eventually, if I really felt like the motivation to go do that, but I don't know, I like this music thing. So,
okay, all right.
Some things, if you put your all into it, you can't miss.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah,
right. Not knocking, everybody should go to school and finish school, though.
That's what I'm
should. Everybody should. Don't do what I did.
That's what I'm getting
But
at.
Definitely go to school, get your knowledge up, because it's going to help you in the future. You know what I mean? But it's important to do what you love and love what you do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be miserable.
Yeah, don't get pigeonholed into a job you don't like and doing something you don't like just for a check. You know what I mean? You all of a sudden you living a miserable life.
That's right.
You're a miserable friend.
You hate going to work.
Spouse,
You're just mad. And you wonder why that's that one person is, why is you always mad? Like, you ain't never happy? Right. I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, some people just chasing the check. I want to get into some tracks that I like. Some of my favorite tracks that you.
I like that.
That you got. One of my favorite joints is "All I Need."
Okay.
And what album is that off?
All I Need. I'm trying to think what album it is. I got like 10 of them. So.
Yeah. You got a bunch of. Well, you know what I mean. I just want people to go and check it out. But that's definitely a mean track. All I Need. Another one. It's
just funny though, because I'm worse at albums. Let me tell you a story about me naming titles. I go in the studio with like 7 tracks ready, and then I just record them, and my engineer always be like, well, what's the name of this? And I'm like, I don't know. He'd be like, what? I'd be like, I don't know. Just leave it open. I'm going to come back. I'm going to name them. And then I'll be... That's why I'm like, wait a minute. I want to say that is off of... It's either Flower City Flows or... Damn, why I got it on to the wrong. You're going to make me look it up. I don't want to look it up.
Don't worry about it. We want y'all to look it up. Make sure y'all look for that track, All I Need. The other joint I like is the Coffee Break.
Coffee Break, that's on Flower City Flows.
Yeah, now that's a hot track.
I want
like
to say All I Need is on Flower City Flows, too.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I was about to say. You know why? Because I was just listening to that project, and I was like, yo. Because when I made it, this is another thing. I make projects in splurts. So when I made Flower City Flows, I think it took me 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you know what I mean, Lunatic, he produced the whole thing, and he is a monster producer. And when he sends you beats, he sends you like 100.
Wow.
So you got to go through them. And then as you go through them, you're like, all right, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this. And like I said, that's how I pick them, and then I start writing them. But a lot of those were like straight bars. Like it wasn't no hooks, no nothing. I just was like, I'm about to like Coffee Break. When I made that, I was at work. And I was like, I was at work, and I was like, oh, okay. I heard the beat because of the way the beat drops. I could hear it in my head, but I was like, okay, I know where I'm about to start with this. And I just run off. So
Deep track. I like that joint.
Yeah.
Consequences of Dopeness.
Yeah, that's the first joint on Consequences of Dopeness.
That joint is hot. Who produced that?
That I want to say is Kawari, because that's a recent one. That's a dude out in DC.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got a couple of beats from him, and actually I got a stash. He's on my new project that I'm about to drop. I got a new one coming out August 17th. He produced that, so I ended up with that.
You did some work with Kid Called Quest.
Yeah, I got a whole album with Kid Called Quest. Quest is normally, I think I got at least a track on almost, if not every other album, on every album from Quest. That was the first person who hit me and was like, yo, you want to do, he hit me for a track for his project, and then he liked that track so much, he was like, you want to do an EP? And I'm like, hell yeah, we could do an EP. Like, and he just started, it's like Quest be in my head. So he sends me beats that are like, this is simple. Instantly. That's what I love.
What
I hate when people send me stuff. And I'm like, do you listen to me? Because clearly you don't listen to me. I don't think you know what you, I feel like, why would you send me this?
Right.
Yeah.
I do the same thing when people send me music for the station. Like,
we don't play this.
We don't play no mumble rap. So I'm like, why do you continue? Obviously, you don't listen to the format to know we play real music.
Right,
We play real bars. We play real beats.
I feel you.
The other song I like is the Hope song.
Oh yeah.
That's deep. Yeah, that's deep.
I did that for I really didn't have a reason for it. I just heard that beat and it was so powerful. I was like, it's gotta be a powerful song. So at that point in time, it was so much death going on and there was a lot going on and it was just like dark. And I'm a big energy person and you could feel that energy and I'm like, this has gotta not cool. So, you know what I'm saying? I took that energy and then transformed it into that. Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
That's a dope song. Hustle Season.
That's Coach P. He's originally from Rochester. He's down in Atlanta now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Build and Destroy. He's Build. But Coach P, he's one of the pioneers of this Rochester hip hop thing too.
Really?
Yeah, Coach P. Shout out to Coach P.
All right.
Yeah, that was an honor. Coach was another person when I first started out with my career who saw something in me that a lot of people, people didn't pay attention, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, you got something special with you. And he pulled me in the studio one day and he played a beat for me and it was me, New York Nick, and Shay Gutter. And we quit another one where I had to write some, you know what I'm saying, write a verse and all that, and it came out dope. And then we linked up, and then he was featured on one of my projects. I want to say Champagne Wishes and Caviar Dreams, which is my first official album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was on that, and then
project too.
Took it from there. So it's good to have producers. You know what I'm saying? That you got a good rapport with, and you can be like, oh, I need this for this project. You know what I mean? You can work it out, and everybody can eat.
I see you on Volatile is doing.
Oh yeah, that's my boy right there. Yeah, I love V. V's my engineer. V, everything I record, V records pretty much. Maybe every once in a while if I can't get him, but like me and him just click. That's like my brother from another mother by far. And he's another one. I just did a joint that he produced. He had an old beat and he was like, you like that? I'm like, yeah. And oh man, it came out mean.
He murdered it.
Yeah, it's on a new project. You
said that's coming out in August?
August 17th.
All right.
I'm hoping.
My other joint I like is See the Light.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
that's a very effective song. I'm like to say that.
Video, everything. That's a main thing right there.
See the Light. Every time I perform See the Light, I get a crazy reaction.
I want to see you perform.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites to perform.
That's nice energy right
there.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
and the flow.
That's where I get people.
Perfect. Because with that song,
when it's a room full of people that don't know you, and I step, A, I'm a girl, and B, they're just looking at me, and then when I open my mouth and start flowing, like the way you hear it, that's how I rap it on stage. So I be like, Dad, gotta be on point, and like all them breakdowns and all that, that's key. So I have to hit it.
Right.
So
you gotta hit the mark.
I'm in your face, I'm energetic, and I'm like, I'm trying to make you feel me, and that is my goal. And normally I accomplish my goal. So you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm big on feeling, but See the Light has that. It's just the way it's set up, the way it comes. God. That thing hit.
It's serious.
It do. That's one of my favorite tracks.
Make sure y'all go ahead and check that joint out too. Another one you got with one of my favorite MCs from Rochester. I don't know if you know it or not. Blast Blicker.
Oh yeah.
The backwards joint. The
backwards.
Is fire. How did y'all come up with that?
Lunatic had the he one of them in one of them big folders. It was that beat was in there, and I was like, because it got that almost like a Wu-Tang, real dirty underground beat. And I was like, oh, Blast voice. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, I was like, oh, Blast gonna kill this. And we had a couple tracks where we're both featured on, but we didn't have no track together. So we had been waiting for the right one to do, you know what I'm saying, one together. And that was it.
Yeah, I killed that joint.
That came out really dope.
That's definitely a hit. The one you got with SunN.Y.
Oh yeah, Bass Drop.
Bass Drop.
Yeah.
Oh, that joint is
I was
serious,
blessed to
man.
get my joint from Sunny.
How did you link up with him?
How did I find Sunny? I mean, we didn't cross paths a couple of times, and I reached out to him. Oh, he said he was gonna be in Rochester one day. He was like, yeah, I'm flying in, and I'm like, oh well, I could get the studio. You know what I mean? We could link up and. I have no idea what we was gonna do. I was trying to gather beats together, like I'm gonna see if he likes this, and then we just went in the studio, you know what I mean, and vibed out, clicked, and put that together.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
the video was nice too. I definitely like that. Y'all definitely get a chance to check that out. And another joint I like is the.
I'm glad you got so many. I feel like I've accomplished something. You got a list.
Hits.
You got a list. Like she got some shit. Yeah, that's what's up.
The other joint I like is Nasty.
See, you already know that. Yeah,
Nasty is a serious track. Now who was it?
The girl.
Tyler B.
Tyler B.
Tyler B. Is she from Rochester?
Yeah, she's from Rochester too. She's amazing voice.
That is an amazing track right
there, matter of fact, my homie Y Class, y'all know Y Class. He
oh wow.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my brother.
That dude is serious.
That's my homie.
Okay, all right.
So Y Class and me, we've been friends for a long time. So we used to have a studio together on St. Paul, and she came through one day. And I was really listening to her, and I'm like, well, damn, she's good. Like, she's good. And then I don't know what school she goes to. I don't know what school she goes to, but she goes and she studies music. And I seen a video of her singing opera. And I was like, like singing.
Wow.
Singing opera like that. I mean, her voice is amazing. So I was like, oh yeah, this gotta happen. And then we went in the studio and we vibed out. And originally my verse for Nasty was a little different. And then when I heard hers, I had to rewrite certain parts because of the breakdown part. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do it like this, we're going to do this right. So, I mean, if you hear it, you already know that it's real. Yeah. Go to SoundCloud and check that. And I mean, that is one that, I didn't even put like a lot of promotion or anything behind it. And that's got like 6,000 plays on it. Like people contact me from all over the place. Like, yo, that song right there. I had a couple people tell me they had some kids up there.
I bet they did.
They be like, you know what? Oh my God, that's too much information, but I appreciate it.
That is that thing. That's one of my favorites. It's definitely on rotation on UpstateAllstarz radio as well. As far as collaboration wise, is there any dream collaborations? Anybody?
Sahai the Prince. Oh my God! I said if I ever pay anybody for a verse, it would be Sahai the Prince. That is the first person I would pay.
Really? Anybody?
I love Sahai.
Hey, I like him too. He got bars and he got his content is amazing as well.
Probably Travis Scott. I really like Travis Scott too. He different. You know what I mean? And production wise, he's got some crazy production behind it. And I mean, if I could get it to do it, Eve.
Okay.
Eve would be crazy. What? Anybody who underrates Eve clearly has not listened to Eve. You ain't listened to this lady, man. Like she, man, in the Rough Rider, she was in a clique full of straight spitters. Yeah. Like you couldn't just be no Rough Rider. Like that wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, little slot to have. Yeah. And not only was she in it, she was one of the tops. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't like, oh, that side chick. Nah, Eve was like, I got albums. I'm out here, you know what I mean? So you gotta give her respect.
All right, so Eve, if you out there, make sure
Eve's a billionaire now. She's like, I don't rap. I ain't mad at
you. She might come back and do a track with you.
If money don't change you, you ain't making nothing.
That's right. What about in regards to a producer?
Producer-wise,
you would like to work with?
I ain't gonna front. 40, Drake's producer, the beats that he cooks up are crazy. But definitely like DJ Premier, you know what I mean? That would be, I mean, who could, yeah, like who wouldn't be able to, you know what I'm saying, love that. Even Static Selector's got some shit, you know what I mean? Who else do I really like production-wise? I always love Kanye, but Kanye, you know what I mean? He don't really make them beats. I don't know who making them.
You don't think so? You think somebody else making them
If
beats?
you ain't making it, money ain't changing.
He doing like Diddy doing. He just
Yeah, they're
producers.
producers. They're producers, but
Yeah.
there's different levels of production.
Right,
You know what I mean? You got
right.
people who produce tracks, and then you got people who produce beats.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
You know what I'm saying? There's a
Right.
big difference. You got like Diddy's a producer. No matter what, if you were to get a track and put it together, Diddy gonna come in there and put his thing on it, and he's gonna make a hit. And he makes hits.
Like Dre.
Yeah,
Dre
yeah.
I'll say it like this.
Yeah,
say it like that, help
exactly.
you with your flow.
They're
and
producing
all.
the track,
Make
not just the beat.
Just sending you the beat and let you ride.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want people to know about Golden?
You can follow me on all social media. It's at your girl Golden on everything. It's at YAGIRLGOLDEN. I got a new project coming out August 17th. It's called 25/8. You're gonna look for that. It's gonna be on all major media platforms. Constantly got shows and features and pop-ups and all that. So if you follow me on social media, you can follow me on what I be doing and all of that. And I don't know, keep it hip-hop.
Any shout-outs?
Shout out to the whole 585. It's a lot of people working.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely my man V, Kid Called Quest. I don't want to shout out mad people because then I'm going to forget people and they're going to say I ain't shout them out. But y'all know I love y'all, everybody that I mess with. The ACM gang, Azariah, Tyler, Emmy. It's so many people. I really mess with a lot of people. I love Emmy. Yeah, I got a whole album with Emmy. I got the live album. Yeah.
Wow.
Live. I keep calling it live. It's supposed to be a trilogy. It's supposed to be Live, Laugh, Love. So we're working on it. She just had a baby and stuff. So we're transitional period.
Okay.
But yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming up. Just, keep a lookout.
All right. Well, that's Golden.
I appreciate
Golden,
you.
Thank you for your time.
Most definitely.
It's definitely a pleasure meeting you again, and make sure y'all check her out. Another thing I want to just tell you before we leave is that you got a mean voice on the mic. Keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that.
And you definitely going in the right direction. Keep working, and I love your grind.
I appreciate that. Most definitely.
All right. Peace out.
All right, deuces.